Hello to everybody. Today I will explain you how to install Psychtoolbox on your computer, which is a very important step if you want in the future to understand how to use many important functions provided by Psychtoolbox. But before installation, we want to recognize those people who contributed to the creation of this wonderful toolbox. Everything started quite early in 1995 when the first version of Psychtoolbox was created by David Brainerd for Macintosh. And after this, a lot of different talented people contributed to newer versions. And now Psychtoolbox works well on Windows, and therefore we can use it extensively with MATLAB or GNU Octave. If you use Psychtoolbox, don't forget to cite their publications and to write in your manuscript something like, "We wrote our experiments in MATLAB using Psychtoolbox." More details can be found by the link on the web page of Psychtoolbox credits. Importantly, Psychtoolbox is quite sensitive to the system that is installed on your computer and also to the hardware. It is quite flexible, but not all of the functions do their best on old versions of Windows and old versions of MATLAB. What is recommended is that your MATLAB is not older than version 7 and GNU Octave is at least version 3.8. Also, if you want to do fancy, beautiful multimedia experiments, you need good graphic card, and the same can be said about your sound card. So there are certain hardware requirements, and as for the system, Psychtoolbox works quite well on a wide range of the versions of Windows, and it is not quite certain that everything works well on Windows 10. But so far on my computer I didn't have a lot of troubles. Now the installation itself. Let's assume that you install it on Windows. This is my case, and there will be a few important steps. First of all, you have to install Windows Visual C runtime libraries. They can be downloaded from the Microsoft web page. You're going to get this kind of installation file. Then you install GStreamer. Don't miss installing all of the components of GStreamer. And the version that works well with current Psychtoolbox is this one. A little bit later I will show you step by step how to download and to install everything. The third step is Subversion installer client. In particular, this version works well, but apparently something older is also acceptable. This software is necessary to run the Psychtoolbox installer itself. It is an M file which can be downloaded from the Psychtoolbox webpage. So here you have a little bit more information about all the components that has to be installed. We will go first to Microsoft Runtime Libraries, then the GStreamer, which is specifically important for presenting videos if you need such things with your experiments. Then the Subversion client, then Psychtoolbox installer. When everything is installed, you just put the installer file in a new folder called Toolbox. In MATLAB, you change the directory to C or whatever is your disk toolbox, and you run command download Psychtoolbox with the path indicated in the parentheses. So, Microsoft Runtime Libraries. The download page looks like this. You just click download, save the file on your desktop and run it afterwards. There are a lot of versions of GStreamer on their web page, but it's recommended to install this version, and therefore you will need to download this file. First you see this kind of screen, go to the folder 1.10.2 and then you download this file. And Subversion client, which assists automatic installation of all the files on your computer, can be downloaded also for free from their web page. And this is what you are going to choose, 64-bit version. Psychtoolbox installer, it's a file that can be downloaded from Psychtoolbox web page download section. You just press here Psychtoolbox install and it will download it on your computer. Now let's do step by step everything what is necessary. Currently those programs, pieces of software, they are not installed on my computer. So I hope that you will be able to replicate easily everything that I do now. We are looking for Microsoft Runtime Libraries and C++. This is the web page. English is just fine. We click download. It asks me whether I want to save it on my desktop. I save it. software. First we download everything and then we will do the installation. This is the link. Let's copy it. Hopefully it works. Yeah, it works. So this is the file you want to save on your desktop. You save it. It will take for a while. And now the last thing, the version command line client. Let's Google it. And we click here to download the installer. Apparently it is a bit confusing that you didn't see those pages. Therefore perhaps we can go first to the main page. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it works well. So 1.10.2, 1.10.2, and this is the file that you need. Actually, we are already downloading it. So it's easy to find and easy to download. Hopefully it will be also easy to install. First of all, we install this one. The runtime libraries of C. Yes. We accept to install it. If you see something like this, it is likely that this software has already been installed on your machine. It is quite easy to verify if you go to Control Panel and check for the installed software. Here you can find that you have already libraries of Visual C++ for 2010 and even for 2015 well installed on your computer. Therefore, you have nothing to worry about and you don't need the installation of this package anymore. The next one is GStreamer. Everything is quite straightforward here. The only thing that you have to pay attention to is that you have to manually select each of the component to be installed. If you don't do it, it is likely that some of your videos that you try to play as a part of your paradigm will not work properly. There is nothing complicated here. Just make sure that all the components of GStreamer are selected to be installed and you install them. Yeah. It doesn't normally take a lot of time to install it. you will have to do is to install Silk Subversion Client. This file has been downloaded earlier in this package, and now you run the executable file, accept everything, next, and here you can safely select a complete installation. You press install, you let the permission, and you finish. Now, the last step, actually the installation of Psychtoolbox. As it is recommended by the developers, you create a folder called Toolbox on your main drive. You copy installer into this location, and subsequently you open MATLAB, go to this folder newly created using function cd, which is change directory. You type it exactly like this. The only thing that can change is the name of your hard drive, and then you run download Psychtoolbox as a function with the root path indicated in the parentheses. So let's go to disk C. Let's check if there is such a folder as Toolbox. No, it is already created. Now we move download Psychtoolbox M file to this folder. It is here. And we can go to MATLAB. The version of MATLAB installed on my computer is 2007. So far, most of the functions and available demos work quite well on this computer. So we go to this folder, and as recommended, we run download Psychtoolbox with the root folder indicated. Now, thanks to the software which was installed earlier, you can see that different files and components are installed at your computer totally automatically, and this is an up-to-date version, the newest version of Psychtoolbox, which is good, because from time to time some bugs and errors are found in the software, and they are by the developers. So the newest version is the best version. At the end of the download, you will have to see some kind of message like this, and it also indicates that the GStreamer library is added to pass automatically by Psychtoolbox, and it suggests you to press enter to go further. This is the information about the web page of Psychtoolbox, and they encourage some donations. So that's it. Now you can run many of Psychtoolbox functions, but you will have to do one additional step so that there are minimal problems with running Windows with the help of Psychtoolbox. Let me show you how to make this kind of shortcut for your MATLAB, and what is the difference between functioning of a complete MATLAB and MATLAB without Java. You make a copy of the available shortcut of MATLAB at your desktop. You rename it so that it is clear what kind of copy it is. No GVM, no Java Virtual Machine. And now you go to Properties and add command no GVM at the end. That's it. So now it will be a great difference between two versions of MATLAB. This is a complete version of MATLAB. Looks typical. Yeah, it is indicated that GStreamer is well installed and added to pass with Psychtoolbox. But if you start this one, you will get something like this. Just the command window, nothing else. But still, it can work quite well if you run Psychtoolbox functions in it. Especially, it is critical for scripts which play some sorts of videos. Otherwise, you can work in typical MATLAB environment. It doesn't give any errors. Now, let's install Psychtoolbox under GNU Octave. The idea is the same as for installation of Psychtoolbox under MATLAB. We'll have to create a folder to place there the installation file and to run it under GNU Octave this time. So let's go to the folder of Octave on disk C, and here we can create a folder Toolbox, and in this folder we locate the downloader file, download Psychtoolbox, the same what we have done previously under MATLAB. So now let's go to this folder and we will run this script. And indicate the path for installation of Psychtoolbox. That's it. The installation has been started, and you see that the folder was created. and it will take several minutes to have it finally installed. As soon as you see this kind of message, it is likely that the first part of installation is over and everything is downloaded on your computer. You have to press letter F many times so that the command window is refreshed. Here you have the complete list of all the files which are installed. There are many of them. And then there will be some post-installation routine for setting up the GNU Octave so that it interacts well with Psychtoolbox. And that's it. Everything is installed. Now we have Psychtoolbox installed both under GNU Octave and MATLAB. And the next step will be to try some demos which are available together with Psychtoolbox.